Ryan, you're on film.
Shit.
Tell me what the hell's going on with this thing, man. What's the what? Ooh, damn.
You're gonna buy your dinner first.
What's the go with this thing? Because there's so many V6 blocks in this joint.
There's 4. Only one of them is together right now.
So you're gonna so you're taking apart
A perfectly working EcoTech,
this one
which is this one, to make one,
to make a good one.
to make a better one.
Okay.
One that doesn't have 300,000 Ks on it.
So it's gonna be like a hodgepodge friggin' higgledy-piggledy parts from all different motors stuck
Yeah.
together.
Mainly because the last engine we ran was human error.
Yeah.
Up spinning a bearing
Yeah.
because I fucking didn't check the oil whatsoever.
They'll do it. So what are you gonna do with this new motor?
We're doing fucking main bearings, rod bearings, gap the rings. Got some actual decent valve springs this time around because we were just running the stock 250,000 old valve springs, 250,000 K old valve springs.
Yep.
And they were soft, you know, with fucking.
So you got a new set of valve springs, but otherwise stock motor, like refresh stock motor.
Just a refresh, just some new bearings down the bottom end so that they're not so old, you know.
Yeah.
These are only record motors and whatnot.
Yeah. And you're gonna boost it.
Yeah, well, we had a completely standard one boosted.
Yeah.
When we say completely standard, it's completely standard, absolutely nothing done to it. And
Yeah.
412 horsepower to the tyres
Yeah.
on E85 and 14 pounds of boost with all just eBay junk, eBay turbo, eBay injectors, eBay pump,
Boom.
eBay surge. It's a bottom, I say bottom of the barrel build in the nicest way possible because everything is as cheap as humanly possible.
Yeah.
The injectors were second hand, only 150 bucks on
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace. Other than that, I just bought brand new springs, but they're cheap. They're only like fucking 200 bucks or something like that. And yeah, it's cheap fun, man. Like this this whole lot that you're looking at here is 350 bucks for a complete motor box and loader and computer.
Yeah, nice. And it makes over 400 horsepower at the wheels when it's all together in that, which is like pretty much what that makes.
Yeah.
At the wheels.
Well, yeah, like I was saying, it was still on.
But
stock
for like
valve.
a quarter
It
of the
was still on
money.
Standard valve springs. Well, yeah, probably. I think I'm only in, including all of the motors I've killed before I actually got it tuned. I'm only in like $5.5 grand.
Yeah.
Buying, building the car, everything I've done to it so far, and the tune. So it's you can't get any cheaper. it's cheap.
Well, not for that power, bro. That's
It's 300 kilowatts and reliably. And the only reason I had an issue with it is because I built it. It did the dyno. It did 3 days of Powercruise. Sorry. It did 2 drifting events.
yeah.
I didn't check the oil once. And this is running on ethanol.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Usually you get contamination, thins it out. You want to change your oil after every event if you fog the fuck out of it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's probably a bit of a milkshake going on and you picked up a bearing and that was the end of it.
In one of your earlier videos, actually, when you were showing one of the filter straps with the glitter factory going on, that's out of this.
Ah, okay, yeah. It was over there, I think. It was hanging up. So this is out of the old motor.
This is out of the one that I did kill. Well, it didn't even kill it. It was still running. It just didn't sound very nice.
Damn.
But that was, that's what you call main bearing.
Wow. Okay. Oh, God. Am I going to be safe in here, bro?
No. This is where all the fun happens. So this is one of the bearings that said, not today. Pretty how you going, but then again...
Shouldn't have that lip up the side there, eh? So it's been squished as.
Yeah. Jammed 400 horsepower worth of boost up its ass.
And then don't look at the oil and...
never touch the oil. You just go hard until it goes bang and you buy another $300 motor.
So what are these? These are the new...
These are the set of heads. I just gave them a quick Kara bath.
They got nice new...
Yeah, nice new springs, and I put some new seals in them, as you do whenever you do your heads.
Did that just come as a kit, or what?
Yeah. I had the box somewhere.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Just crow cams. Just your typical
set of Crow cam springs.
typical Mang springs.
So, but with the stock cam, but because obviously firstly the old springs are old, so they're shit.
Yep.
And you're putting boost on top of them, so that makes them even worse.
Makes them even worse.
Yeah.
So we were revving this thing 62, 6300 RPM, I think the limiter's set at. So that's a fair amount as it is for a Mang.
Yeah.
And we were making boost in a considerable amount. So, and that was through an auto as well. If this was manual, it'd probably be, another 50 horsepower on top of that.
Yeah.
We're losing a bit of power through that standard old 4L60E, but now that we've done the springs, realistically we only needed to do the springs, but now we've just done it all to make it so we've got a fresh engine to work with, so we can truly see what a stock EcoTech rod and piston will do, because this is still...
Cool, man. Exciting.
This is still 100% stock rod and piston out of an EcoTech. This is the one that spun.
Yeah.
And it's nothing wrong with it. No colour. Like, I caught it right at the start. I say right at the start, it looks pretty heavy going, but
The focus is
not
good on this
Not the best.
thing today.
try and get it in the light.
No, not happening. Anyway, safe to say that the bearing got picked up and you caught it. So it didn't throw a rod or anything. You just it was just knocking, and then you were like,
picked the bearing up, and it wasn't even while I was smashing it. It was at the end of a drift event, and Miles told me to dose it, so I gave it a quick dose on the trailer.
Yeah.
And then it shut off. Turned it back on straight away to let it idle down properly, and it just went donk 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 donk.
Oh no!
It sounded like a pretty hectic rod knock, so I'm like, I can't believe I just did that on the fucking trailer out of all places. But then we drained the oil. It was just orange flakes, what you'd expect out of a spun bearing. It was just could tell almost immediately, and then I just ripped the engine out, and the very first rod cap I pulled off was the spun one.
Yeah.
And every single other one was fine. Obviously it was all worn, but just picked up that one from obviously having too thin of oil.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well,
On the big jobs.
very exciting. And yes, absolutely you get that on the big jobs, but it's going to be good to see this thing come together. So you're coming to Power Play
Yeah, I'll be there.
with this, with EcoBoost.
With all the parts.
Everything all back together.
Yes, it'll all be in a block running in probably 4
So
weeks'
what?
time.
We're going to do a bunch of stuff today, like it's Saturday.
Got
And
lots of stuff happening to that ute out there.
yeah, the ute, do some wiring, and Damo was looking at some exhaust options and stuff, so we'll run through that. We got Cuddles exhaust to finish up, and yeah, so let's get straight into that. So man, what is going on with the Rodeo? Like, where are we at, and what are you up to?
Piecing shit together.
Okay.
Just going through what we got here, trying to just see what's actually here, what's not.
Well, you tidied up these benches and that,
Well, starting
so
to, yeah,
that's a start.
trying to make a bit of room to actually work on it.
Yeah. So we got the motors in, motor, box,
Yep.
and that's all mounted, like,
Yep. All ready to go.
so it uses the stock engine mounts,
Yeah.
and you just made fabbed up a gearbox cross member.
Oh yeah, it's a bit air going.
That's all right. Does the job. Solid as.
It'll do.
Yep.
This is the low budget one.
Yeah, cool. So you just like frigging around with some headlights. Are you gonna mount them or something, or what?
Trying to put some shit on it so there's not so much shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Start putting back together and tinker with the wiring. Could even have power in there shortly.
Yep. Yeah, well, we did a whole bunch of work on the wiring a couple of weeks ago now, and it looks like you've got the loom, like the engine loom, pretty well sussed.
It's all back on the engine, ready to go.
Yep.
Where it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Some little tinkering and little bits and pieces, and
Cool. So it'll just be are we doing just a stock engine to start with?
yeah, I reckon for now we'll probably get too keen and end up taking it out. Damn, the valve springs would be nice. So
Yeah, cam and springs would be sweet, eh?
the turbos would be good once they're on.
Yep.
One day,
Yep.
hopefully soon.
So, but this is just meant to be like cheap and cheerful, like proper budget build.
Free car, free engine.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Mint, dude. And so to start with, we're going to use the stock exhaust manifolds.
Just to get it running. Or actually, Matty's now given me a set of extractors that he bought that didn't fit. That look like they're going to drop straight in. So we may have something going underneath. We'll see how we go.
All right.
But it's going to be loud.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's going to be sweet. Well, we got the exhaust on this we got heaps of stuff on this to do. We got the exhaust on Cuddles. Ryan's building an engine. Yep. There's heaps happening, man.
Always heaps happening.
Heaps going on. Saturdays are for the boys. Cool. All right. Well, I think we'll. I don't know. We'll just do stuff and just keep checking back in. And some of you will probably think these videos are like pretty boring, but
I was keeping up to date.
yeah, I don't know. Like you see, sort of
This is what happens when you're off.
the back end of like what it, like I've said a couple of times, like what it takes to get cars to events is stuff like this.
Ugly stuff we don't see.
Yeah, frigging around, like doing all the little jobs.
This is all the stuff that makes it happen. This is all the stuff that really happens.
Yeah, totally.
Like driving the cars is 10%. That's the fun you gotta get through all this shit.
All right. Here's some shots of the Mang when it was going. It's a pretty tough bit of gear, man. Woo-wee. That induction system. Twin throttles, straight up and over. It's cool.
Right. Yeah.
Oh no.
But yeah,
How's your ball kit? That's how your ball kit.
You worth, kid? Oh yeah.
I can leave them that long too, eh?
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, right, you can't do it.
Give the audience a rundown, mate.
Well, we've. I'm definitely going to edit this bit out.
That's fine.
What have we done? Well, we got the exhaust half done. You would have seen the blast pipes at the back. They're solid mounted. And we've got like the first half of the exhaust done. So that's finished welded. Just spent like the afternoon getting that right and then getting it finished welded. So we fitted that up to the car now, and that's like with the X pipe and everything, and that's the bit that's really going to make the difference with the sound. So it's not all the way out to the back yet, but we still got to buy like a few things. I didn't buy any joiners like V-bands or flanges or anything, so I have to pick up a few of those before we completely finish it. But for now, we're going to start it up with the exhaust that it's got. Just show them quickly like where it ends, probably like, I don't know, near the diff or something. Sort of pointing up towards the diff there. So we're going to start it up and just see what it sounds like with the X-pipe. And yeah, we've already had it fired up. And it sounds good. Trust me, it sounds good. Like, I'm so stoked with it. Like, you can hear it from back here. I think once it's up and over the diff and once it's sort of like all the way out the back, I think it's gonna be mint. Like, I just love the sound of it. Especially when you rev it. I'm gonna go rev it. Honestly, that's the best thing. That's the best modification I've done this year. Like,
Such a crisp
without a
note.
doubt. It's so crisp. I don't know what it is, but the X-Pipe. Shout out to man, I think his name's Jay, but it's the guy from Tiny Towing. So he's got like this tiny little. I don't even know what it is.
His name's Jay, I think. Yeah, Jay Chuntai.
Yeah, he I had a chat to him at Rocky Nats, like just in a park or something. I don't know. We were unloading. It was like the designated trailer area or something. Anyway, I asked him what his exhaust setup was, and when he started it, I was like, far out, I want that. And all he said was an X-Pipe and it comes straight out. And I was like, X-Pipe? All right. That is the secret, because that's no mufflers, and like maybe it doesn't come through really well on the phone, but when you're here, you wait till you hear what it sounds like, man. It just sounds mint, like crisp. Awesome. I can't get over it enough. It's so good. Cool. All right. So what's the go after, what is it? Man, it's like 3 p.m.
Couple of hours worth of work.
Yep.
Stripped another ECOTEC.
So what block is this? This is a different block than what we were looking at before.
Yeah, the other one we were looking at before is what I picked up from a wreckers purely to grab a crankshaft out of it, because I could have used my old one, which is somewhere out there, but I had to get it re-linished and whatnot. It wasn't that bad, but considering how cheap I could have picked up a whole nother motor, it just makes sense to go and get a whole nother motor.
All right, so that was that other motor, ripped the crank out of it, and that's in there now.
This is in my original block that I was using. This is the block and the rods and pistons and the stock cam that made the 412.
Yep.
Yeah, and we've just got all brand new ACL race bearings. There's the bloody your part number. But just your traditional bloody
Standard size.
Yeah, so you can just slap it all back together how it was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much about all we're going to do, is just freshen it up, put some new bearings in it. Just trying to get a fresh ECOTEC to truly see what they can handle.
So what have you done here? You put the crank in.
Yeah, man, just got the crank in. It's not tight. I've just got the main caps down and then I've loosened them back off just so it's all sitting how it's supposed to be, and
yeah, cool.
Turns like butter.
Cool.
It's supposed to. Yeah, it's just.
You wait. You'll crank it down. Crank will be bent.
Oh yeah.
No. Let's not jinx it. No, cool, bro.
These engines are actually pretty underrated.
You reckon?
Yeah, especially from Nissan and Ford owners. Especially from Nissan and Ford owners. And I know a couple of them that don't like these engines. But
well, they're known as the Mang. Like, they make a bit of a specific noise.
They do make a specific noise, and a Mang is just a V6 Commodore on limiter. That's just what Mang means. Mang. Well, a Buick is a Mang, and an Eco is a Moo. and an ECOTEC is just
Oh no. All right, cool. So, what do you got left to do on this? Pretty much everything except put the crank in. Is the cam in? Oh, the cam is in.
The cam is in. I slid that in.
Cool.
Pretty much, I've already gone through. I've already gapped the rings. So, standard ring gap's about 25 top and bottom. About. I've just gone and whacked them to 30 top and bottom. Just because that's probably the first thing that's ever going to go on a boosted eco is your ring lands.
Yep.
From your piston rings touching.
Yeah.
Closely followed by a valve dropping if you do what I do and run standard valve springs and boost it.
Yeah, cool. So you've done the 2 mods that are gonna get you out of trouble.
These engines aren't like everyone's like crap rods and whatnot. You know, I'm gonna be living proof that these things can make close to 500 horsepower on stock rods and pistons, if not over. It's doable. It's reliable. Just do the right things. Don't just go and slap it together. And look, the biggest thing is in the tune, obviously. A lot of people that turbo V6 Commodores don't tune it, and I was one of them for 2 years. I just ran it, just had fun. I'm like, dun, smashing limiter around the burnout pad.
Man, it did pretty well if it ran for bloody 2 years then.
Oh yeah, well,
no tune.
No,
you must have done something though, no?
I melted a piston in the end. I've got that piston.
Like you must have done something with the tune. I mean,
no, nothing.
Like nothing at all.
No. It was completely standard. We tried running LS injectors and L67 injectors, but obviously that's not going to do anything if you don't tell the computer that you've got bigger injectors. But we tried all that. I even tried to run decapped injectors, and the whole inside of the injector fell into the motor, which was my old one, and we don't talk about that because that's in the bin. But
cool. All right.
other than that, bro.
Excited.
And then we just we went through them before. We already went through the heads.
When do you reckon you're gonna have it done?
Probably, 2 days, tops.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Another 2 days of bringing the car. I've got everything here to put it back together. All the rings are on and gapped. I've just got to put them back into the engine and torque everything down to spec.
Yeah.
And then wheel it out of the room.
Cool.
Go whack it in the engine bay and boost it.
Well, man, buddy, stay tuned for that because I don't know how many of you on the channel are, familiar with these motors. Well, no, probably everyone is because
a lot of people will be familiar, but a lot of people don't think they're capable. Everyone thinks it's just a mang, they're trash, boat anchor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be living proof that these things aren't trash. They're not. They are a really stout motor. Americans have been proving it for decades.
Yeah.
Us Aussies are only just getting to the level.
Yeah. Cool, man. I like that.
Yeah. And it's another thing too, how many turbo V6 Commodores do you see around?
Yeah, there's not many.
No.
But like you said, it is coming up.
It's coming up.
It is coming up. People
popular.
starting to do it. And it's not been done to death, so...
No, it's not.
Yeah, I like it, man.
It's not... It's just... It's different.
So you're gonna be out at Power Play. I think I've already said that.
I will be out at the next Power Play with all the boys.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So, that's the next event. Like, that's what we're all getting ready for.
Next 15th, I think it is.
Yeah, it's like 2, I don't know, 2 and a half weeks.
2.5 weeks or something.
Got to hold him to it. 2 days. I'll give you a call.
Yep. No
Monday.
Worries. No worries, man.
No. Nah, well, all right. Well, maybe next weekend. I don't know. We should have Cuddles done by next weekend, and
100%.
we'll have this sort of be working on this.
Cuddles
and
is
that
just a
next
couple
weekend.
of flanges away, a couple of V-bands away.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
You've done all the solid work. You just welded for an hour and a half straight, filling in all the holes and shit.
Oh, there was a few holes. Yeah.
But
pretty good at filling holes. Come on, mate. Fuck. Keep it above belt. Anyway, no, we'll leave it at that. But thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next one because we'll have, show you like this when it all goes together and stuff. And I don't know, you might get some footage and stuff when you're building it. That'd be cool. Add that in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then we'll get ready to go cook some tyres. We're just about to order the tyres and stuff for Power Play, so I think we're going to take like a fair few tyres.
At least 14 sets.
Ooh.
At least. That's between all of the cars.
Yeah, mint. That's going to be good. All right. Catches.
Cleaning up after yourself, bro.
Someone's gonna do it. Joy of burnouts.
Man, actually a fair bit of rubber come off that.
Yeah.
Like,
The fire up, yeah.
That was clean. Like, you literally just swept it.
that's a big pile, man.